What up? What up? What up? Y'all got cracking today, man. Y'all come on, slide up in here. See what y'all got going, man. Y'all know we got a cool little topic I want to holler at today, man. Holla about these rap lyrics and shit. This shit is not cool at all. Do. Y'all come in, man. Let me see what's cracking. What up, dog? What up? What up? PJ, what's up, homie? My motherfucker Salt. What's going on with you, dog? You know what it is, man. Just checking on this new shit that's going on, man. Give me 1 second. Let me grab something real quick. Yeah, I'm right. Hey, Salt, can you hear me good, homie? You know, I don't never know if a motherfucker can hear good and shit. What up? What up? What up, man? Let's talk about this rap shit, man. You know, I never thought I'd come to the day where I see no shit like this, but I guess that's what it is, man. Rap lyrics in court. That's some bullshit. But we definitely gonna get down to it and shit, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in to FG Unleash. You know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you ain't already did it. You know, I ain't doing shit at the pad chilling, man, on my day off today and shit. And Lo, what's up, homie? I'm good, G. I'm good. Your perspective and breath of fresh air is clear, objective, and give wisdom. Much respect. I appreciate that, Vic. Good looking out, homie. Them folks came at me about lyrics and tried to set me up on a human traffic. You know what? That shit crazy, man. You know, not to mention that human traffic shit is I know a few people catching those cases right now. You know, they're not catching no big ones and shit. They catching like getting caught with one or two people and shit. But I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was a get money scheme. But from what I hear and shit, motherfuckers grabbing some change doing it. I just know a couple motherfuckers got cracked doing it though. But you know, be safe out there, man. Texas in the motherfucking house. That's what's up. They've been doing it. They did it to BG in court, you know. And I just need some clarity on it, homie. How can they use some shit that you said in the rap? You know, like people sing all the time, so they gonna go back and start using motherfucking singers' lyrics against them. I mean, it got to be some kind of different criteria and shit, homie. That like damn it, like you got to say specific shit that happened. You know what I mean? You know. But yeah, y'all come on through, man. Tap on in with a motherfucker. They did it to Boosie, you know. FG, what up? 813 Hustler Boy Gino, what's up with it, homie? You know. Nat Town checking in, you know. I see y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in and shit, but I want to get cracking with this rap lyric shit, man, you know. And because I know back in the day, you know, like back in the 80s, you know, everybody wanted to be rappers and shit. Motherfuckers had Run DMC and the Fat Boys and shit. So we all had our little run and rapping, you know. So when we used to write our little lyrics and shit, man, you know, it seemed like if you wrote some fake shit, you was a fake motherfucker, you know what I mean? But so how does that work? I'm supposed to write some real shit, but I'm supposed to write some fake shit at the same time, you know. I get why you shouldn't spit the real or put yourself in a position like, yeah, I jumped out the motherfucking trash can and gunned the dude down, and now you really did that and got caught for that situation, you know. But just to even go back and pull up a dude rap lyrics, man, you know, my thing about it is they gonna do it to everybody. You know, that's one thing. I'm trying to see y'all gonna do it to everybody. You know, we with you, LG, one of the most positive on YouTube, man. I appreciate it, man. Um, Straight up, they need to censor a lot of it. They do, man. You know what I mean? I mean, censor the music or censor the actions to be able to bring this shit in court. Which one you talk about censor? Because I mean, people be rapping and singing, even like singers back in the day. You know what I mean? That singers used to sing about old school '70s singers used to sing about whooping they broad ass. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers didn't say shit about that. Didn't drag their lyrics in court, even though they went to court for whooping this same broad ass. So I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah, at the top of the game, there always more than one writer on the song, yet they only get the artist. No doubt. That's another thing. I never thought about that situation. See, if you got somebody on the song, you the artist, but somebody else didn't help pen, you go to the see who, co-writer on the song and shit like that, and only the actual rapper is getting charged with getting their lyrics drug in court. That's another thing, man. Maybe dudes gotta start putting co-writers on as well. If you put a co-writer on the song, you gotta put the motherfucking money, gotta break their ass off some co-money too. So I get that part. Yeah. Before you formulate your opinion, think about the kids it's influencing in the streets are out of control. Definitely, but this is the thing about it. Back in the day, you had censorship. Back in the day, you couldn't say certain shit on the radio. They didn't play Run DMC, or let me go back. They didn't play Easy E on the radio like that. You know what I mean? Unless they dummied down and watered it all the way down. You didn't say ass on the radio. You didn't say bitch on the radio. Now they saying everything on the radio. So is it the artist's fault for saying what he gonna say and it's gonna get played on the radio, or is it radio fault? You know what I mean? Because the kids listen to the radio. The radio stations is the ones I feel need to censor shit, because there's a whole lot of rap shit that didn't make it to the radio that can make it to the radio now that definitely wouldn't have made it to the radio, 15 years ago. You know what I mean? So people make music for who they make it for. Grown people want to listen to that shit. Don't get me wrong, I want to hear some gangster shit. I don't want to be listening to the radio though, and you know what I mean. I hear certain lyrics, and this bitch that my coochie this and shit all on the radio. Like you said, these little kids out here watching, but dudes should just spit what they gonna spit, and radio should stop trying to play every single motherfucking thing. I know it's a money thing, but and the artists would love them to still play their music, but at the same time, that shit ain't positive like you saying that shit. But Nico Paperwork Party made Vegas look bad. Shit, it didn't just make Vegas look bad because there was a dude from Compton on there too. You know what I mean? And it made them both look bad just based on, it made them two dudes look bad. You can't put the whole Vegas and the whole Compton, on somebody back. You know what I mean? And you can't do that. But they did a poor job at bringing that paperwork out on that Miko shit. They kind of really disrespected themselves. But if you go to the comments on that shit, they getting lit up so bad. And I ain't gonna kick them while they down because they getting lit up over there about that bullshit. Ran into a cat out here named Tiptoe from Linwood Inn Hood, and he says he knows y'all don't remember him and shit. Man, Linwood Inn Hood was deep over there, homie. It was a lot of them and shit over there that you know just didn't always come through, trying to get at the homies. It was only a handful of them that was really trying to come through, but no, them dudes was pretty deep over there. So, you know what I mean? But if you run back into him, man, tell him I said what's happening. Definitely tell him. You got to put a disclaimer that everything is fake. I guess you do now, like maybe like you got to put the disclaimer that it's a prop gun or this or that. I mean, but on the flip side, go back to Mac 10. Mac 10 said, it was one of my favorite parts back then, man. He said, I got to get chose. It's a house full of hoes. I suppose at least one of those on Mr. Flossie with the kilos. That shit was one of the hardest. You know what I mean? I used to bump that Mac 10 back then. Let's say he would have got caught with some dope. They gonna bring this line up in court to say, yeah, he raps and brags about, he sell dope. That them two separate things, man. You know what I mean? Even though he just so might have happenstance to get caught with some drugs, that don't mean when he was rapping these lyrics, he was talking about this exact situation. That's how I'm saying, how is they pinning these rap lyrics to these exact situation? Are these dudes literally rapping about, I jumped out of a red car with a 38 special, and then they come to, get these dudes and they got the red car, the 38 special, you know what I mean? But it seemed like the gun will still have to match the crime for them to even be able to bring the lyrics in the court. That's what I'm saying. I think they overstepping their boundaries by just bringing the lyrics in the court without like hella hella detailed shit. And then maybe, I haven't seen everybody's case. I haven't read all of them, but is it that detailed where they can just bring it in here and say, or is they just bringing wild shit and saying this is his character, this is demeanor. He's saying he fuck bitches and drink Hennessy all day. And he rapping, homie. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You know what I mean? And let me see. Let's see what we got over here. Back in the day, you had to pay for exposure. No motherfucking doubt. You know what I mean? Do not rap about actual crimes. I guess that would be the best, smartest damn thing to do. Why the fuck is you rapping about an actual crime that you did? But you got to look at it like this. You know what I mean? Um, Say if I rapped about a robbery, you know what I mean, and I'm just rapping about it and shit like that. I jumped out the trash can, robbed dude, full gold Dayton's, whatever, blah blah blah. I got an armed robbery on my record. You know what I mean? So you're gonna go back and tell the judge, well, Your Honor, this is him. Because he already has an armed robbery on his record. He's speaking about robbing somebody else. So are these lyrics? Nah, that's bullshit, homie. If it don't specifically seem like it don't specifically say I was outside of this address or I robbed him for a green card, it just don't match to me. I think it's a bullshit. I think it's a reach. But I'm asking them if they gonna do other motherfuckers like this, or they just gonna do the motherfuckers that's from the ghetto like this. See, that's the thing about it. Are how you gonna bring in some shit you don't do everybody? You know what I mean? Be Legit had a song back in the day. I used to bump that shit. You gotta buy dope from us. You know what I mean? The beat was bumping. You know what I mean? That don't mean they showed drugs. You know what I mean? But if they was to get caught with some and you drag this song in the court, listen, Your Honor, he's bragging about you gotta buy dope from us. The shit don't add up to me for them to just be able to use that like as an extra character witness because you was making a song that people want to hear with it because it had a hell of a beat on that motherfucker. You know, it's not censoring black young artists. Radio is not censoring black young artists. These young folks do not even know their fathers. This is promoted. Fatherless thugs with money, cars, etc. You know what? Don't get me wrong. That fatherless thing is, hey, homie, is real. You know what I mean? But just say you still, even though you have a father in the house, he has to be a father. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not FG at the pad. My kids don't call me FG. You know what I mean? I want my kids to be a hell of a lot better than I was. You know what I mean? But some of these fathers ain't like that. Some of these fathers is motherfucking telling their kids to do bullshit too. So, it go two ways when it comes to that, Um, Thank you for that. I forgot about the homie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was over there too with that bullshit. I'm a treetop from Texas. Tell us some OG stories about sets that got started in Texas back in the 90s. Well, shit, you from Texas, you need to tell me about some sets that got started in Texas back in the 90s. You know what I mean? Because, the homies went everywhere and went to all kind of states and set up shop. So I don't really know where every hood went. I know some, 6 O's here and some A trays there and some power rules in that state. But I can't tell you in Texas, who came down there or what they set up down there, what shop they set up. You tell me, you know. And okay, so I chap in with you, homie. You know what I mean? What to do, FG? Spit that shit. Just keep it wood. No motherfucking doubt, man. I'm always do that. You know what I mean? No motherfucking doubt. We need to be setting up that motherfucking Linwood reunion picnic sometime. I ain't heard about it. Is it coming up in August? I think it's next month, homie, if I ain't mistaken. So, I'll be there like every motherfucking year. As long as I'm on the streets, I'm gonna be there, homie. You know. And let's see, rappers need to stop bragging on real stuff in their music. Music isn't meant for that. You got a point there. See, that's one of the first points that I might have to, note out that dudes are bragging in their songs. So when you brag, yeah, you are being specific about certain shit. You know what I mean? Instead of making music, but that's what it comes to, man. I got a Bentley, I got a big old chain, I got a big ass house. You know, shit, that done turned into music. Just talking about the shit you got. You know what I mean? So you got a point there. But that's what these dudes rap about because that's what the people in the street want. You know what I mean? And it's a cold thing. Do anybody know anybody personally that they was fighting a case that they brought up rap lyrics in a court? In a court. You know what I mean? Do anybody know anybody like that? This generation, yeah, the motherfucker jumped real fast. this new generation, is they going grave sites and telling on facts? Nah, I think some of these dudes lying like a motherfucker. Some of them might be real, telling some real shit, but a lot of this shit probably just lies and shit. Um, is a Paru respected if he goes to school, college, and live a straight path? Well, he respected if he go to school, go to college, but it's hard to be a gang member and live a straight path. You know what I mean? Say if you got a guy, he start banging at, let me see, shit, 13. And he doing all the crazy shit everybody else doing, but he happened to keep going to school and keep going to school. Or take myself for instance. I went to school and was banging like a motherfucker. Say if I went to college, you know what I mean? Now I'm away from the hood, but I'm in college, but my mentality is the same. But why the fuck would I be banging in college? There's no gangbangers here. So I can't say a dude definitely be respected by me if he was banging all through school and he got a scholarship or something like that and went to play college. Hell yeah, he'd be respected by me. You know, this shit ain't what it's all cracked up to be, homie. You know what I mean? This shit was made, the gangs was made, homie, to protect our neighborhood. When I grew up, it was about protecting our neighborhood. Don't let nobody coming over here tripping on people in our neighborhood. And that's for the old folks, the little kids, everybody. We gonna protect our neighborhood. That's what it was about. Gangbang ain't about that now. It's just about just go find some ops and shoot at some niggas and shit like that. And you don't even most of them don't even live in their neighborhood no more. So the gang shit is definitely different from what it was originally set out to be. You know what I mean? So I respect the motherfucker who is in the gang, see that this shit is some bullshit, eventually pull himself out of there, go make something with his life. You know what I mean? Let's see. Even on YouTube, dudes be talking way too much about street business. They do, but a lot of these dudes don't be talking and they ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? So and a lot of these dudes do be spitting about certain situations that's going on in the streets. That's why I was talking to somebody else the other day, and I be saying I was trying to be trying to just let these youngsters know that there's some bullshit out here for us running with these gangs, selling drugs. Because at the end of the day, now you got so many motherfuckers telling on you. To me, it just don't seem worth it. But at the same time, somebody came and said, "FG, you ain't gonna get no views speaking that." You know what I mean? You ain't gonna nobody gonna tune into that. They gonna tune into all the negativity. So if I get to talking about a motherfucker on YouTube, oh fuck him or fuck that dude, or I go over to their hood and beat that dude ass, now your views going up, man. That's a shame, homie. And I ain't gonna just follow the route that the next dude go. But you're absolutely right, man. Um, dudes be talking, just to try to get views and shit and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, you know. Let's see what else we got, man. Maybe me, Clinton, and Bob willing to understand music come from the devils like Black Voodoo. Yeah, I don't get what you're saying right there, man. Um, what else y'all got, man? Tap in with me. Hold on 1 second, man. Hey, y'all let me know if my AC too loud, because I had cut the AC off and shit, because I thought it was going to be too loud, but fuck all that. A motherfucker over here hot than a motherfucker. Let's see what we got over here, man. Salute FG, enjoy your channel. Hey FG, love your channel. Bottom McCallie, appreciate that. Latoya upskill, good looking out. The artist has to be accountable for their behavior. However, the music industry promotes drill and gangster rap, heavy only, heavy only to have the legal system criminalize it. Seems orchestrated. Man, this shit is orchestrated. You know what I mean? Be surprised. You'll be surprised how much shit is orchestrated behind the scenes. And at the end of the day, we still got to be as blacks, as street people, as gangsters, as whatever you is. Got to be still held accountable for your actions. I just don't feel that you should be held accountable for spitting some rap lyrics, and they can be brought in court. Because for the two cases I seen, they brought in rap lyrics, and they spoke about the rap lyrics. Like they brought in this one rap lyrics, and dude said "fuck a judge" in his rap. You know what I mean? He's not here for doing nothing to a judge. So why the fuck is you playing "fuck a judge" in his raps in court? See, that's that bullshit. And the judge supposed to say, hold on. He's not here for saying fuck me. He's not here for a crime against me. He's here for some whole other shit. So why is you playing this song? And that's the whole thing about it. I don't know why the defense attorney didn't jump up and be like, man, objection. This shit don't got nothing to do with nothing. It's a rap song. We say fuck, dudes say fuck all kind of shit, and they rap music. That don't mean they really mean that. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, how far are they finna go? And I'm trying to put it out on the forefront. How far are they finna go? Because it's dudes that got a lot of music that's not on the mainstream. I know a gang of my homies got music all up and down YouTube. You know what I mean? And they said some shit and some gangster shit in they rap music. I like gangster rap. But at the end of the day, so you mean 5 years from now, you're gonna go back and say what I said, 5 years ago and play this shit in court? That's the part I'm saying shouldn't even be, if it don't specifically tie into motherfucking the crime, it shouldn't be able to be used at all. I mean, what about the freedom of speech? You know what I mean? So I don't get it, man. If I didn't say that shit to a police officer after I was arrested, if I didn't say this shit in court or in an interview with any kind of, you shouldn't be able to come use no rap lyrics against you. That's just straight up. Y'all pay a motherfucker attention, homie. These feds ain't playing with them. They gonna try everything they can to lock a motherfucker up. Everything they can. But they not going across the board with it, homie. You know what I mean? They not finna fuck with the rock's music shit. They say shit in their song. Everybody say some shit in their music. And they don't do them like that. So what it is they don't want all these black dudes out here with all this money, with all these millions running around, in gang form. Now they done pulled out the Rico shit on motherfuckers, you know what I mean? But I can't see how they getting away with it because when a dude build a rap label or a music company, and he got 4 or 5 rappers. These 4 or 5 rappers got their homeboys, coming to the studio and shit like that. When they go and doing music events, you got gang members in these videos. Y'all going to the award shows. Y'all bringing gang members. They trying to shut all that shit down, dog. They trying to shut us down everywhere they can. That's why I say if a motherfucker come on here and say something positive, they not gonna even the algorithm not gonna even put you in to get no views. You come on here and say something negative about, or I say something negative about, another black man or another gang member or something like that, that shit gonna run up. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers gotta pay attention to that. Now I know everybody wanna rap their truth and and gangster rap is in rare form, but at the same time, man, motherfuckers just gotta watch out for these motherfuckers trying to pee and shit on you if you a street dude and a rapper. You know what I mean? Don't do the crime. Cody will drop a dime. Motherfuckers got to watch out for that too. But these youngsters gonna learn. I stay trying to preach to them. That me, I straight up say the feds ain't shit without your homeboys, because your homeboys gonna knock you down, homie. They the only ones close enough to know all the information about you to motherfucker tell the police. And like I say, once you get to them feds, you're gonna read your discovery and you're gonna see that motherfuckers been telling on you for a couple of years. One thing about the feds, they just not gonna come get you because the motherfucker said. But they have all that information that people was telling on you. They got it documented. You know what I mean? All kind of shit you did. You're gonna get that discovery and it's gonna be some shit you did in there 4 years ago. They not charging you with it, but they gonna let you know they know you did it, and your perspective gonna change. So it's gonna make it until these dudes go through that, then you're gonna see, okay, FG ain't bullshit. You know what I mean? He's really preaching some shit that that he knows for a fact is real. You know. And what we got here? Yes, they smashed you for lyrics 10 years ago. If you're doing it, FG, they never truly trying to stop it. It's about producing more of the same and incarcerating our youth. No doubt, that's been a situation. We got too much information. We got too many parents and grandparents to tell us how the system been running a long time. It's just what they doing is they just repackaging shit and coming through with different ways to bust our head open with. You know what I mean? So, like I say, for the dudes who rapping about the killing and all that, that shit going platinum. That shit selling a million copies easy. Let somebody come in and talk singing or rapping about some positive shit. That shit not gonna sell like that. You know what I mean? For certain people it will, but just for the average dude, don't nobody want to hear that shit. In the ghettos, and even in the suburbs. You know what I mean? You know, if that's the case, they're gonna say go listen to another style of music. But when it comes to gangster rap, people tune in to gangster rap. They want it to be gangster. So no motherfucker doubt Tory Johnson. I appreciate that, homie. Um, yeah, it's too many federal informants and shit. The feds didn't even use. The feds don't gotta do shit. They probably kick their feet on their desk, homie, and read emails all day from you niggas. You know what I mean? Because y'all can't stand to see another motherfucker living good. And y'all want to call the police on and report some shit. And see, motherfuckers getting away with it now and shit because now all you gotta do is text the motherfucker police or send a motherfucker email with some motherfucker pictures. The shit, wow, you know what I mean? It's over. It's over, dog. You know. And Cali G Money, what's happening, man? What's happening? Yeah, they did that Ti, that fool Ti like that in his case. Yeah, they did Ti like that in his case, man. But at the same time, I'm just saying, where do your rights come in at? Why isn't no this defense attorneys arguing that this shit don't have nothing to do with this actual crime? Just because the man say he had a gun or he pistol with bitches or anything like that, that don't mean that this is connected to this. You know, and like I say, I want that shit to go across the board, man. And it's not. But so I just want y'all to pay attention. Watch how they start knocking these rappers down. Some of this shit ain't gonna even have nothing to do with what they talking about, and they still gonna fucking get a conviction. Because when they play that shit to the jury, it ain't about what was right, what's true or what's not true. It's about if they can convince a jury that your lyrics match, your temperament and all that shit. They gonna start knocking us down, man. Y'all pay attention to that shit. And if somebody can make a movie about crime and not go to jail, they should be able to rap about it. Damn, that's a good ass point. That's a good ass point. If somebody can make a movie about crimes and not go to jail about it, they should be able to rap about it. That's one of the best motherfucking statements I've heard come across the screen just based on that's real shit. They make movies about motherfuckers robbing banks. They make movies about motherfuckers doing all kinds of gangster shit. So and they saying in the movie it ain't true basically, but it be true shit that didn't happen. They don't make movies just off whole lot of just they get these movies off real shit that didn't happen. So you're right about that. King Aziz, what's up, G? Much love and respect, homie. You know, that's no motherfucker down. You're absolutely correct. But we as a people have to know it's a different set of rules when it comes to us. So we have to adjust. Now, that's the hard part for us. You know, boneyard. That's the hard part for us. Because we get set in our ways, homie, we don't know how to make that adjust. Especially when certain shit only happen to one or two dudes in your mind. Like for me, you know, um, I was definitely a homie and never tell on me. You know what I mean? That'll never happen. You know what I mean? And so I was naive to the fact that they would. So how we gonna do better when we don't believe this shit gonna happen to us? You know what I mean? And that's how the shit really go, homie. We don't believe that shit gonna happen to us. So it's hard to change our ways because we so used to seeing us get away with the same shit. Like, dude, them ain't looking at me. They ain't tripping on me. It's just me. No, they looking at you, homie, because somebody that went told on your ass. So they definitely looking at you. So how far back can the feds go back to make an arrest? What they can do is they can have your indictment sealed for 5 years, depending on what kind of case you got. Of course, murder don't have a statute of limitations. Now, um, uh, crimes against children don't have a statute of limitations. But most other cases, they got 5 years to they can indict you and seal that indictment. Before that fifth year, they have to either drop that case or file that indictment on you. You know what I mean? So that's how that works. So like me, they hit me. They been hit me, man. They been hit me. So, but they waited 4 years, 6 months before they came to get me. So but they already had that indictment sealed. They couldn't win another 6 months. They would have had to, file that charge, But then again, it all depends on what kind of evidence, you got against you. But most of the time, it's 5 to 7 years that they can't come back and fuck with you. What up, LG? Baby fake Los the Keyway. What's up with it, homie? Shit, I'm just sitting here chilling, man, trying to just get a rap around. Motherfuckers can't even rap no more, basically, is what they trying to say. But I'm thinking it's a tactic like this. Are y'all trying to use the rap lyrics against motherfuckers so that um, y'all want them to tell some bullshit stories because y'all know that real shit is selling. And these dudes is getting real rich off this rap music. I don't think it's the music itself and what the fuck they rapping about. I think it's the amount of money that they making. And of course, you taking a lot of dudes going independent, so they taking the record companies out of, they taking the lawyers and shit. Because back in the day, for years and years and years, lawyers ran the music industry basically. You know what I mean? So now the dudes is going independent. They figured out a way how to get their own bread, how to get their own millions. I think they may have an attitude against Censorship. Say, okay, we gonna start. Dude catch one case, we gonna go back and use his lyrics against him. I think this is just a way for them dudes to, hey, motherfuckers just got to tell different. I'm gonna tell you what I used to tell people back in the day, man. Lie, just lie. If you selling cocaine, tell a motherfucker you sell weed. You know what I mean? If you robbing banks, homie, tell a motherfucker you sell drugs. And I've used to use that philosophy a long time ago, and just lie, homie. Because when they go tell, guess what they tell? They telling a lie. So when they come talking about, investigating you for weed and shit, you know what I mean? Which they less likely to do. But I never used to tell them. I mean, I was a known motherfucking, competent motherfucker, knew what I was doing. But at the same time, for motherfuckers that didn't really know, lie to their ass, man. Motherfuckers shouldn't be asking you your motherfucking business any motherfucking way. I don't really listen to that new rapper shit. Square Business trademark. Square Business Day, man, I don't forget, man. I appreciate the shirts you sent me, man. You know what I mean? I still be rocking them. But this is the thing about it. I don't listen to them all either. Some of because I'm old school, homie. So I listen to. But don't get me wrong, the Polo G's and the certain Shemazi and shit. I listen to that shit. I ain't gonna lie. To me it go. But a lot of the new rappers, I couldn't even tell you who it is. My sons be telling me who they are. You know, I only don't listen to them because I'm old school. It ain't my flavor. You know what I mean? But at the same time, the old school rappers talked about doing they shit too. You know what I mean? You can't put it on the new rappers that the young dudes is coming out talk about crime. Motherfuckers was talking about that shit back in the 80s. You know what I mean? They wasn't trying to tie no raps to, you know, shit back then. You know what I mean? Henry Ross, what's up, OG? You know what I mean? Big Hen. And but that's how the shit is. The only way to get out of the Fed on a diamond is to snitch. Am I right? Not necessarily. Some people beat their case. I mean, I know two people that didn't beat a Fed case. You know what I mean? And I think what's the kid next? NBA YoungBoy. He just beat a gun charge in the feds. It's doable. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if you snitch, you're not beating the case. You just tell them to get less time or get out of jail. So but you can beat a motherfucker Fed case. They don't. They like you said. They 97%. You got a 97% conviction rate. Them 3%, the other 3% is going home, go taking that motherfucker to trial and going home. You know what I mean? Not getting convicted. So that's how that shit works. Real talk, man. Still sharp, still each one teach one. We gotta stay alert and play chess. Yeah, but it's hard to play chess with people who don't know how to play chess. And I got 4 sons, and I wish I had, because I work a lot. I wish I had the time to sit down with dude and teach them how to play chess, man. What my one son said, he just learned, but you're right. We do got to sit down, man, and play chess. But even in a street sense, we got to teach them street niggas how to play chess. All they know how to do is play checkers. So guess what they gonna play? You know what I mean? They don't think like me. They don't act like you. They don't. They think how they think. They let this new music influence them and shit, and these other dumb dudes and shit because people don't really have big homies like that no more. Well, when I come around and I'm talking shit to my little homies, they look at me like shit, like I'm the old like pops or something. You know what I mean? They gonna listen while I'm there. As soon as I leave, they go like, man, fuck that shit, man. Roll up, twist up, pour up, and they gonna do the same dumb shit they doing. You know what I mean? A lot of these dudes don't believe how much time they motherfucker gonna get over some dumb shit. You know what I mean? And and time just ain't the same. You know, back in the '80s and shit, you shoot a motherfucker, get 5 years. You know, shoot a motherfucker now, you shoot him in the leg, they gonna try to stretch your ass out. You know, so um, it's the age old problem of systematic racism. We've created our own lane, so they come up with ways to kill our progression. It'll be what's that? By the sea. That's exactly what it is. That's 100% of what it is. Anytime you create your own lane, they coming for that ass. You know what I mean? You know they coming for it, homie. You can't. They want you to stay under their umbrella. They want to keep they thumb on your necks. And when dudes come up under that thumb and they create their own lanes, this what comes with it. You know what I mean? That's just street shit. Period. You know what I mean? It's hard being out here, man. Being from the hood and shit like that, and trying to make shit happen. It get hard, G. What's up, FG? Salute to your platform, much needed. Uh, Dre Woods from the hood. What's up, big homie? You know what I mean? Long time, and Dre, you my G homie, so you already know, homie, how it was back in the day. Before camera phone, before it was lights on, motherfucker, cameras at every light, before it was, all this new shit. Motherfuckers did what they want to, but at the same time, them dudes wasn't getting money like that back in the day out the rap game, and out the shit like that. So, not to mention, it's another thing I want to spit at y'all about, is the gang shit and the money shit. You know what I mean? Listen, y'all, I didn't listen, but I'm telling you from experience that gang shit and that money shit don't mix, homie. They'll fucking let you go out and get your money. Go out and get it if that's what you about. The gang banging and the money, or they'll let you gang bang. Oh, he just a gang banger, you know what I mean? He just, he gonna put some work in, do a little shit here and there. They know this. But when you mix that gangs and that money, and this is why I believe that the shit is coming down to what it's coming down to, the rap lyrics in court. Because gangsters getting money and they getting millions and they still doing gangster shit. They get millions of dollars and shit, but they going to buy more guns for their hood. They putting their hood in a position where they strong as a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Illegally. You know what I mean? So it's breed more gangster shit because when you take a box full of AKs or a box full of ARs to the set, box full of 40 Glocks to the set, that's gonna turn them little young niggas up. Make them do more shootings, make them do. But in your mind, you said I'm protecting the set and making the set strong. When you really build the monsters, when they see that shit, man, they coming for your ass, homie. And I'm just still tripping off this DA in Georgia talking about within the next 60 days, she finna drop some more indictments on some Georgia cats, and that shit finna spread around, man. There's some motherfucking state governments right now trying to put some shit in place to be able to motherfucker start indicting motherfucker rap crews. That's gonna be their next move, homie. It's gonna make it to where you damn near gonna have to be independent because if you get caught around 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 other gang members, they're gonna start hitting motherfuckers with the RICO, you know, and that's definitely not cool. You know what I mean? So motherfuckers got to keep their eyes open. No lyrics which shouldn't be used. But brothers got to watch out for what they're saying in social media and in music. Well, let's go back to the social media because this dude's saying more bullshit on social media than they is in their music. You know what I mean? This dude's getting on social media and shit. Fuck is that? This dude's getting on social media and just laying it out there, man. Going live in their hood. They got pistols. Um, um, and just saying all kind of crazy shit. Fuck this hood, fuck that hood. You know, that shit worse than the music. And that's the shit they need to. I mean, that shit right there need to stop, like for real. You know what I mean? The social media gang banging, that shit gonna have now. That's gonna have a motherfucker in a world of trouble. Because you delete that shit off your page, that shit ain't deleted, man. They can go back and get that shit any motherfucker time they want to. And I'm finna think that over the next motherfucker 5 years, there's gonna be so many motherfuckers getting indicted or getting charged and convicting themselves because they're gonna go back to their YouTube shit. I mean, go back to their Instagram shit and pull that shit up. And you're gonna have that pistol in your hand, and you was on parole at the time, or you was on probation. You know, that shit finna get ugly because motherfuckers is addicted to the gram. And that's just the way it motherfucking is. It's hard for me to even keep speaking on the bullshit because motherfuckers ain't gonna listen. You know what I mean? And until 10 or 15, 20 homies is in court behind their Instagram, that's when dudes gonna stop listening. You start listening. Up until then, motherfuckers ain't finna listen, man. FG, I'm on a deep East Coast, Florida. Trust the feds are not playing and setting us all up who in the game. Yeah, but I mean, what's the solution? I mean, I don't have it. I mean, what's the solution? You got to start rapping, lying in your raps, making shit up. I mean, some dudes do, of course. Most of this shit ain't even real. A lot of this shit ain't real. So that's what I'm saying. How you gonna go differentiate what's real and what's not? ARAB ran his mouth too much on Vlad TV. You know what? I didn't even see that. But it's a lot of motherfuckers get on here and just get the yapping. I mean, let me be honest with you, man. If I wanted some motherfucker views on me, you know how much shit I can get on here and talk about. You know what I mean? I knew every motherfucker off the east side of Compton personally, homie. You know what I mean? I can get on here and tell a bunch of stories. I was there, I was with them. We did this, we did that. And the motherfucker views will go right the fuck up. But that ain't what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? I'm not finna motherfucker get on here and tell no shit and tell no secrets and shit like that. I talk my shit about these streets, you know what I mean? Or I talk about some shit I've done, you know what I mean? Or, some shit I've been convicted of and all that shit, man. But, motherfucker can't just get on here and tell all the motherfucker secrets, though. I can't tell you everything that went on in the set or in the east side and shit like that. What I can tell you, motherfuckers, is not you old motherfuckers, but any young dudes that be listening. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna bullshit you, homie. I don't have no reason to. Like I said, I'm not on this motherfucker to get no motherfucking fame or get no motherfucking recognition, homie. I'm on this motherfucker strictly because I see a whole lot of fake motherfuckers on this motherfucker. And I'm gonna be 100 with you. So gotta be a real motherfucker to be on this motherfucker, man. Gotta be a solid motherfucker, man. Gotta be a motherfucker that can pull up in his set and any other set, you know what I mean, the motherfucker be respected. It gotta be a nigga out here. You know what I mean, to be able to do that. I still motherfucker push through the turf and pull up, on all the homies. You know what I mean? And it gotta be a motherfucker, solid motherfucker on here. Now, I ain't giving you what you want. Now, I ain't telling you what we did on, December 13th at the midnight on blah blah blah. I ain't gonna do that. But at the same time, I'm gonna tell you, take my word for it. Y'all don't want to be a part of this bullshit, homie. When your homies get to telling on you, when these bras get to telling on you, when you telling these bitches too much shit, pillow talking and shit about the next man. You ain't even gotta be talking. You ain't even gotta be snitching. But when you pillow talking home and you telling these bras about some shit that the homie done did, yeah, man, I was with the homie, that nigga shot that nigga 4 times. Nigga damn near did a backflip to 40 Glock, hit him so hard and shit. Homie, she might be trying to snitch to get her brother out of jail. You know what I mean? And she go right to the police and be like, look, man, I got some information. You know what I mean? Woo wah shot the dude 4 times in the chest, he damn near did a backflip. Now you wasn't even telling. But you pillow talking to this broad, homie. You know what I mean? Or you telling a fake nigga, you know. I remember back in the day, man, we used to sit in the hood and tell war stories about the shit we did, man, about, crazy shit we done did and all that, man. We done did some crazy shit, man. I'll be happy to be, in the position that I am and shit still here, still healthy, you know what I mean, in good standing. Motherfuckers did some crazy shit. But at the end of the day, we used to tell those stories, those remember wins. My young homies ain't gonna, they tell you a motherfucker remember win about me. Because I'm not telling nobody about no remember wins no more. Because I done seen too many remember wins go bad. I done had homies, when I was in jail, write me in jail. Talking about, man, remember we did this? Dude, how the fuck is you writing some shit like this to me? In jail. You know what I mean? And this shit foul as a motherfucker out here. So that's why I say I know niggas be out here, man, fuck that y'all niggas did it. We did it in a different time, homie, a different era, though. Let me get back to some of these questions. When you know the tactics they use against you, it's up to you and adapt and change. John Smith, that's the number one. Hey, that's it right there. You know the tactics they use, you gotta flip the script. Only thing about it for a lot of us though, just like old girl in Georgia, the DA, say she got some indictments coming down on some of these dudes. They already hit. You know what I mean? By the time I heard the feds was asking about me, I was already hit. You know what I mean? And I went underground and shit and sold one of my pieces of property and you know what I mean? And took cars out of my dude, I'm already hit. You know what I mean? They already got me locked in. You know what I mean? And that's how they do it. By the time you realize some of this shit, it's a little too late. Now, for the ones who are here just getting up and going and it ain't too late for them, Motherfuckers gotta adapt, you know. Everybody right now probably scared a whole bunch of rappers out there with that loan money because they ain't giving a fuck about no broke rapper. They don't give a fuck about the broke nigga talk about his 87 Cadillac and he shot six, but they don't give a fuck about that. They want them dudes with that money. You know what I mean? You know. So what else we got? The big issue with these rappers is we already know the lyrics are being used against them. They've been using lyrics against rappers for over 30 years. John Smith, that's kind of new to me. I've never seen them, you know, and like I say, you could be totally right, but I've never heard nobody say that they was coming in court with the rap lyrics, using them against them, you know, in court. You know, I'm wondering what kind of defense attorneys they got to even let them do this type of shit. You know, man, it's crazy because I left the hood and I wanted to join the army and ended up getting deployed to Afghanistan. And one of our jobs was to protect the town that grew opium. But they give us decades. Oh, no motherfucking doubt. You know, stretch us out, homie. You know, and they over there, motherfucker. Listen, man. You really know our government. You really know what the United States was built off of, homie. You know, you already know, homie, that the drug trade in America, homie, runs deep. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even realize it. You know, let me tell you what a lot of people didn't realize, homie, and I realized that at a young age. You know, I was a drug dealer. You know what I mean? In the hood, doing my shit. When the Democrats was in, the drug prices would go up. The wars would start in the street because it was less drugs. People start breaking into people's houses, homes. Robberies was up. You know what I mean? Killings was up because when you take that drug trade out, homie, people still trying to make their money and live comfortably. The Democrats would shut down the pipeline from, you know, and I'm talking from California, from the pipeline, so we couldn't get drugs. You know, when the Republicans got in, bro, street stayed with money. You know what I mean? Drugs was everywhere. Drugs was also cheaper. Kilos was cheaper. You know what I mean? So interest rates was down. Property value was up. You know, a lot of people, you know, in our communities always be like, we Democrats, we Democrats, we Democrats. I saw at a young age, man, that the streets got more money when the Republicans was in. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm saying is to say, man, this shit been going on forever, man. You know, and then they want to lock all these dudes up for selling marijuana, selling weed, and then what they double back and do, they motherfucking uh, since they found a way to tax it, they start letting motherfuckers sell weed. And it ain't no difference from the opium shit with the big pharmaceutical companies. You know, they the ones putting the OxyContin on the streets originally. You know what I mean? Dudes start making fake ones and all that. I hear there's a lot of fake drugs out there too with that fentanyl in them. So y'all motherfuckers be careful, y'all pill poppers, man. Don't lose your life, you know, trying out a pill. But they was able to put these drugs on the streets and sell them. That's basically what they did with oxycodone and shit like that. They were selling that shit. Doctors was prescribing them. Motherfucking, you know, they didn't give a fuck back then until white folks and shit got to dying off this shit at an enormous rate. You know, now they want to do something about it. But now big pharma's like, you know, they patting the politicians' pockets. Man, this shit run deep, man. I ain't even gonna get into all that. Shit run deep though, man. They know what the fuck they doing. When they start touching their community, now they want to start doing shit about it. You know, 'cause they showed them do shit about crack. You know, but when this shit hitting they this opium hitting their communities, now they want to send motherfuckers to rehab and it's not a crime and all that. They were sending us to jail for that type of shit. Um, this era was raised by TV. They had good parents. They were raised different than the '70s and '80s babies. They see how we did it and they trying to mimic it on TV. Mimic on TV, meaning social media is TV, no doubt. A lot of people are learning and getting their influence from social media. What to wear, how to dress, you know what I mean? Even my baby boy sometimes, you know, I know he laughs at the way I dress, you know. Dude, I'm not finna dress like no young motherfucker. I'm not finna dress like I'm 17, 18 years old, you know. And not finna use all the slang terms and shit that y'all use, but I can get my motherfucking point across, you know. So you're right, man. Social media is raising a lot of people, kids and shit, because a lot of fathers are not in the house. And it's not always the father's fault because he left. You know what I mean? You know, the mothers might make it seem like that, but you know, now if he in jail or something like that, that's one thing. But sometimes, you know, moms pit children against their fathers and shit. He gonna probably still pay his child support, but he might not see his dad. He might not be able to be an influence on his kid, you know. And that's really how this shit work, you know. Um, using rap lyrics is nothing new, okay. The rap song had a chorus saying you brought it on yourself. Damn. Let's see. We was outside. I'm 42. We seasoned. The police is having the easy pickings with these youngs. Yeah, because all they got to do is watch their Instagram. They can tell where they at, tell what they doing, tell everything how they moving and shit. You know what I mean? Tell who they homeboys is, tell where they from. You know, back in the day, they had to actually come out in the street, roam the streets, you know, and really get this information from dudes. You know, now you don't got to do that no more. You know, social media police, man, just sit in front of a computer like I'm doing right now, clicking on different Instagrams, taking notes, and they already know who every character is from every hood out there. You know, so when somebody do come and say, you know, T-Bone shot Mike, they already know who T-Bone and Mike is. You know what I mean? Back in the day, they would have had to come figure out which T-Bone and which Mike and who was really who. And now, man, this shit just laid out for them. You know, I started selling crack at 13. I'm 48. Now I seen too damn much. Oh, now I seen too damn much. And the folks wish they got me at 18, but the state did first on a M2 degree. You know, thank God it changed. Yeah, sometimes we make it, homie. Sometimes we make that change. But it's a lot of people who make it and don't make the change. You know what I mean? I got a lot of good homies, you know, my age still doing time, homie, still going to jail. You know, got to make that change, especially with what's going on in the streets. You know, I expect a motherfucker my age to be seasoned enough to understand that there's a whole lot of bullshit going on. Black people ain't our motherfucking enemies. You're not gonna catch, you know, nobody my age shouldn't be beefing with, you know, another set, you know, another black man. You know what I mean? And that's the real. That's how I feel about it. You know, we already short as it is. It's the same way on the yard. When we on the yard and there's motherfucking 1,000 others and it's 150 blacks, we ain't tripping off each other. You know what I mean? LA, the Bay, the you know, the Crips, Bloods, we shit. You black, we coming together. That's how it should be, man. You know what I mean? Donnie Rule, what's going on with you, homie? Just in here telling these dudes about these rap lyrics and shit and these indictments and shit, man. I think that's some bogus shit. I think they need to start watching uh what motherfuckers is doing on Instagram, what these rich rappers is out here doing, you know, and if you're getting some rap money, just be safe about how you getting it. You know what I mean? You know, but what I do know is the more that you involve with the bullshit, the more fans you get, the more views you get, the more songs being sold, you know. And you know, just like me, you know what I mean? If I was up there right now up at the park with 16, 17 homies up there talking big shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is why I knocked the nigga out back in, you know, Whoopty Whoop came up here back in 88. I knocked him out. Motherfuckers will tune in to that. You know, people don't tune in to, you know, dudes sitting here chilling, trying to shoot some real shit at them. You know, that ain't what people want to see. You know what I mean? A lot of people just want to see the negativity and shit. Don't get me wrong, I tune into that bullshit too sometimes to watch it. But me doing it is a whole separate something else. You know, so you know, yeah. If you confess or brag on tape about a crime, then blame yourself for making their job easier on the flip. Lyrics should be considered entertainment like wrestling. You're right, but at the same time, it all depends on how fucking detailed. Like I said, they just pulling motherfuckers in there and shit. Like I said, to do with the judge. The song didn't have shit. He didn't even have a case at this time. They brought back an old, just say, they brought back an old case. I mean, they brought back an old rap song he had, and then he was saying, "I tell the judge, fuck him, blah blah blah." Bro, this don't got shit to do with what he here for. The judge shouldn't even allow that shit to be in court, man. You know, and I'm talking about that kind of shit. If you just told everything on motherfucking the song, man, and they just connected all the motherfucking dots from your song, that's one thing. You a dumb motherfucker for doing that anyway. But they just dragging lyrics in there, playing that shit, telling the jury this who this dude really is, and then they getting a conviction on some other shit. That's far from fly right there. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Y'all gotta, you know, let motherfuckers know, you know, who y'all know that's rap. I got a lot of homies that rap. I got about 10 homies on Instagram right now, man, that I can tap in with, and they all got, I mean, heaters. You know, I wish I was in a position to fucking start a label. You know what I mean? So I can bring them in and get them some exposure and shit like that. Only thing about it, they real gang members. They acting. They music hard, but they acting. We'll be the first motherfuckers catch a Rico. You know what I mean? You know, no motherfucking doubt. You know, so that's what's cracking and shit, man. You know, that's what's up. But listen, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up all night. I just wanted to see what y'all motherfucking opinion was about how far they gonna go with this rap lyric shit. You know, I remember you saw it. That's crazy. I don't know who the Keep It G is and shit, man, but them was my niggas, though. I love both of them two dudes, man, but that's crazy. You got a good ass memory, whoever that is. Um, when can I get one of those shirts? All you got to do is hit me up on F General One and on Instagram, DM me, and shoot me your address and shit, man. I be shooting them out all the time and shit. You know what I mean? I be selling them for like $15 and shit. But a lot of times I just be sending them to people, man. But I want somebody to send me back a picture of you at the gym with it on, or at least send me a picture if I send you one. You know what I mean? You know. And we gonna get on some more shit, man. Just a lot of these topics. There's a lot of shit that I would like to talk about, but it's a lot of shit that, like I say, I'm sticking to. I can't tell everything. Now, if y'all get a chance, though, I got an interview. No, it ain't even an interview. I was sitting down with this dude. It should be out tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? And y'all tap into that on FG Unleashed. You're gonna see it. We should be out tomorrow. But listen, get at your folks. Get at these dudes. Don't be scared to motherfucking say, Donnie Root, good looking out. Don't be afraid to get at your nephews, get at your little cousins, get at your homies. Tell them this shit is some bullshit. Especially if you've been in the streets before. Even if you ain't been in the streets, you know what's bullshit and what's not. If these dudes rapping, they rapping about bullshit, or they rapping about, they trying to live this rapper life and do anything they can to look good for the gram. Tell them cut that shit out. You know what I mean? Anything you do it for yourself. Do it in progression. The homie shit is starting to weave out, because don't forget, if you got homies as gangbangers, how the fuck we gonna build something if we all gangbangers? You know what I mean? And that's what's going on with the rap labels right now, or the companies, that everybody on their label is gangsters. So when they move in a certain way, you know, they gonna knock them down. If Death Row is still around, best believe they would have hit these dudes with these same Ricos that they hitting everybody else with. You know what I mean? They just wasn't doing that shit back then. They figured out another way to knock us down. But outside of us knocking ourselves down, well, come on, man, we gotta keep our shit in mind, homie, that we need to motherfucker be as strong as we need to be out here. We need to be out here raising these kids to not be like us. You know what I mean? So, that's what's up, man. I appreciate y'all. Let me see, FG hustling ass dude, man. You gotta lace what's up about being a business owner. Um, you know what, my black? I do, homie. I do got some stories about how I went from the streets, homie, to learning the business, going down there getting a DBA. You know what I mean? Back then it was a little harder because we didn't have the information. Now you dudes got the information at your fingertips, man. You know what I mean? And definitely can go out there. And that's the thing about it. I really want to get back into the club shit. Get back into, bringing people together. But motherfuckers is beefing so hard, homie. You know what I mean? How you gonna bring people together when, motherfuckers scared to come out now? You know what I mean? But I'm gonna put that in effect and shit about how a motherfucker went from hustling in the streets to owning some business, to getting business loans. You know what I mean? To getting trademarks. All that shit. I've done it all. FG Unleashes is this trademark, homie. So you steal my motherfucking logo, man, I'm gonna be on your ass about it, But look, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man, and y'all stay up. Don't forget, FG Unleashed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all. Much love, major respect. Later.